Hi everybody. We got our High Mowing organic seeds in the mail. They were out on the front porch and I saw them and I got very excited. And this upcoming year will be the first gardening season at our new farm. So, Ash, why don't you tell them what inspired some or most of the seeds in this box?
So, our 4.5-year-old started the garden planning process already. He's going through a developmental spurt where he wants to chat for like an hour before bed right now. And it's beautiful because I get extra time with him, and he opened up a conversation while we were both staring up at the ceiling. We all still sleep in the same bed, and so I go to sleep next to him at night, and he said, "Mom, I really want to grow corn in the summer." And I said, "Okay, what kind of corn? Do you want to grow like the corn that the animals eat, like some animals eat, or do you want to grow corn that you can eat?" "Corn that I can eat." "Okay, so we're gonna grow sweet corn." "Yeah, and also I want to grow popcorn." "Okay, that sounds pretty cool." "Yeah, and I'm gonna grow it in my garden, Mom." "Okay. Do you think that there's such thing as black popcorn?" "I don't know, buddy. We'll have to look." "Should we do a seed order soon?" "Yeah, definitely, yeah." And I also want to grow beets and greens for salads, because remember that one time I picked greens for a salad for Dad and he ate the whole thing? He actually did, Mom. "Oh yeah, that was really cool." "Yeah, I'm really good at making salads." "Okay, greens, beets, and also carrots, and also berries, and what else did he say?"
I'm not sure. Oh, did he say beets?
Yeah, it was like at least 15 things that he talked about. So then he went to sleep, and I came downstairs and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go online and see if there is such thing as black popcorn. And then we ended up on last year we did our order through Baker Creek, and we absolutely love them. Highly recommend. The reason that we went with High Mowing this year was just because we needed like pure volume of seeds, and High Mowing you're able to choose from like a list of 6 for most seeds, like 6 different quantities, and they even come in like quarter pound, half pound, full pound quantities, which is going to suit us because we're going from backyard gardening to, I'm not going to say market gardening because that's not what we're here for, extreme
personal
gardening with intent to sell extras. So our main goal in our gardening is to provide, like long term, our main goal is to provide almost everything that we would eat in a year, and pressure can or water bath can, or appropriately preserve in some way all of the fruits and vegetables that we would need for an entire calendar year, and also provide for our family and friends. So we ended up spending a lot of money on seeds because I always get carried away. So this cart was at like $800.
Yeah.
When I was done putting my stuff in, and we weeded it down to less than half of that. So and this will last, like some of this stuff will last us years and years, and yeah, we're just really excited. So let's do it.
The unveiling.
Skiver. That's such an embarrassing thing that we don't have an appropriate knife to do this with.
Yeah, just a steak
We're getting
knife.
a knife. We're getting knives. Farm knives. But
I had mine
alas.
when I was processing rabbits. I don't know where I put it.
There's
Knives.
one in the tool bucket.
Oh, good.
The one from Tim.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Kelly and Tim.
Oh, this is anticlimactic. Okay. There we go.
Oh, yep. It's a packing slip.
We spent.
$375.
It doesn't tell you the total. Oh yeah, 334.
Oh, $334. Get it, sis. Okay,
All right.
wait.
Yep.
Are we going to be true YouTube people? Okay, just to let you know, I can't see anything because I am an avid glasses wearer. Like, it's a choice. But I hate the glare of our super trendy ring light. So I'm going to just live my life in the darkness. Okay. But look, if we're like true YouTube gurus, we're like, hi everyone, I'm so excited for this unboxing. Today we got a PR package from High Mowing Organics. We didn't really, we bought this stuff. So first of all, we have Celine colored snap bush beans, 100 seeds. I don't know if you can see that from here.
Oh, there we go. Focused.
That's the point.
Yeah.
You haven't watched any makeup videos.
No.
Okay. Celine colored snap bush beans, dark to light purple wax beans with contrasting yellow interior. Fun. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. Badavia. I'm gonna butcher a lot of this. Broccoli. 25 seeds. Dagan F1 Brussels sprouts. We had a lot of success with the very few Brussels sprouts that we planted last year.
Yeah.
So we're going to go
We're
hard on
motivated.
that. Nautic F1 Brussels sprouts. Disease resistant. We love that. We love her. Rainbow blend chard.
Oh, I want to tell them.
Pretty. Is it focusing at all? I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, I want to tell a story here. So for Thanksgiving this year, we made duck, and I didn't really make it that well. Do you know why, Ash?
Why?
Because I charred it.
That was the whole punchline?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. What was the real reason that you didn't make good duck?
I overcooked it because it didn't have skin on
because
it.
it didn't have skin on it, because we borrow an industrial, really wonderful plucker from a neighbor, and he takes a couple of whatever you're butchering as the fee, which is amazing because it's like a $1,500 plucker.
Yeah.
And so we processed and plucked a whole bunch of chickens, and it was beautiful. 15 seconds and a chicken's done. Then we processed some of our ducks, and because they have the big like pin feathers or whatever, or what are those called?
Wing feathers.
Yeah,
Or are you
they're
talking
like
about
the top
feathers on the neck?
No, they got the top feathers,
Yeah.
and then the down underneath. The top feathers came off fine. The down underneath was a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And so until we get good at that and actually have the time to devote to removing those by hand, because you get good at it and then you can process a duck in like 10 minutes or something. People can hand pluck a duck
Oh, wow.
in 10 minutes. We just decided to skin them. And so they're more difficult to maintain the moisture because they don't have that fatty layer of skin. So we're learning.
Yeah.
But for Thanksgiving, we had meat that we entirely raised on our property. First giant win for us. Okay.
Rabbit and duck.
So this is exciting. This is Dakota black popcorn. Yes, it exists. Yes, Theodore, you are getting this in your stocking. Pointed purple-black kernels on sturdy plants 6 to 7 feet tall. Dry in field and again inside for popping. So this is 1 ounce.
Stocking pile.
Oh, I was like, stocking for what? 50 seeds of dark Keyboard F1 Kale. Suited to overwintering production in southern climates. Not us. Not this. That's what our little boy, our youngest, always says. Not this one. Not this. Selenite lettuce. Resistant to downy mildew. We love that. Salad and lettuce. Thick, crispy leaves.
Oh, you gotta give the salad.
With an iceberg taste.
You gotta give the lettuce ones to me.
Okay.
Those are stocking ones.
Are they?
Probably.
Okay.
For Mr. Ted.
High Mowing DMR blend lettuce, which looks delightful. Baston poblano pepper, 100 seeds. 65 days for green and 85 days for chocolate. Poblano peppers. Cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Black futsu pumpkin. Fun fact about our seed saving efforts thus far. Dylan saves a lot of seeds for us, and he does not get all caught up in properly naming any of the seeds when he puts them away. So last year we did a plant sale, which we're planning on doing again this spring, and people were like, "Oh, what's a black small? What is that like?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me look it up." And I look up black small tomato, thinking like that's weird. And there's nothing called a black small tomato. He just takes some of the characteristics and slaps them on an envelope and hopes for the best. Or this year, so we had blue doll pumpkins, and then we had a few like similar to the blue doll, like the real niche,
cheerful. They look like Alice in Wonderland
variety pumpkins, whatever.
Yeah.
And he called one. He had a whole envelope, and these are very precariously packed, by the way. So if you go into our seed thing, you are going to mix 6 different squash and pumpkin seeds inadvertently, like every time. So we're working on that too.
They're loosely packed in very flimsy envelopes.
Openly packed and tucked into places.
That's so that they
envelopes. I know, and I love you, and it doesn't work out. So he packed one of these pumpkins, and he called it Whimsical Pumpkin.
Blue Whimsical Pumpkin.
What? I love that for us. Okay, so black futsu pumpkin.
Cool.
Habanada specialty pepper. We grew this one last year, and I think we liked it. We kind of, labeling is not our strong suit, and we are going to get our lives together this year. So it's a habanada, brilliant floral flavor of a habanero pepper without the heat, which is fun. We're going to be making our own hot sauce, like Cholula vibes hot sauce, this winter, and fermenting it. So we also have hot peppers in here for growing for that next year, because I put it on everything. Smooth operator, summer squash. We did wonderful with complete neglect of our summer squash and zucchini last year, and we got like millions and millions into like late October. So I got a bunch of those. Winter sweet winter squash. Beautiful pale grayish blue fruit with flaky textured flesh. I hate the word flesh. Okay. Aroma basil and Santo cilantro. We love her. Allure sweet corn.
Okay, I have something to say about this one. Okay. So this is thyme, and it says 8 GM, so I'm thinking 8 grams. And these are tiny seeds, so I would probably recommend to not get the 8 grams, but we can share this with friends.
I always want to have millions of seeds.
I know,
Love me
right?
for who I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Just regular time. We also have creeping time. This is not including all the stuff we have in our seed bin, which we didn't go through before we placed an order because we are risk takers. Okay. Bouquet dill, holy buckets of gravy. That is a lot of dill.
That's a lot of dill. And this
is a ½ ounce, and she is
meaty.
She's meaty.
It's a good amount of garlic chives.
Garlic chives. Maybe finally they will take this year.
And speaking of taking, chamomile.
We didn't even close to give it our all.
I know.
Last year.
If anybody wants to have some of our seeds and grow chamomile for us,
and then bring it back to us,
we will
planted.
be eternally grateful.
Yeah.
And we'll probably give you a couple dozen eggs because
Betcha.
once they get established, then we're golden. But we just need someone to help us.
But you also can't split them or transplant them. They don't do well with that. So we would have to have somebody plant them in a container. No, you can transplant them, but you can't split them.
Okay.
So we'd have to have somebody grow them in a container for us and then put it into a patch and hope that the patch grows.
So reach out to us if you want to grow chamomile for us.
Racina calendula, gorge, tastical, and Pacific Beauty Blend calendula, because I have tallow, right? We have tallow in the freezer, so I want to do a tallow calendula balm this winter with calendula that we grew last year, and we're just gonna go nuts on that this year. Oh, sis.
Now we're starting to get into the big packs.
Market More cucumber, £1/4 pound. We grew lots of these last year. Crisp, even under heat stress. We love her. Holy bucket. £1/4 pound.
Does that look in focus to you?
I literally cannot see it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nothing looks in focus to me. Tap Dancer popcorn, ½ pound. Gorgeous open pollinated popcorn with yellow, purple, and white coloration. Love her. This is like a whole standing bag. Acadia F1 Spinach. Very dark, slightly, I don't know the words, leaves with extremely slow growth are utterly tailored
to baby leaf production.
I don't even know what that means.
Probably small leaves. Right?
Wow, thank you. Lasagna Kale. This is 2 ounces. This is actually way more than I expected it to be. Lasagna.
Yeah, you're right. I always thought it was Lacinto, but there's an A in there.
Lacinato. This is what we called Dinosaur Kale last year, and it grew extremely well for us in our stock tank gardens, so we're jacked. Holy buckets. Yes, I love this.
Yeah.
Is this the full order? It is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Cascadia Snap Pea, medium tall vines loaded with 3-inch long, thick blocky pods, multiple disease resistances. 1 pound. We did awesome with peas last year.
Yeah.
Giant winter spinach. Deeply savoyed, glossy dark green leaves ideal for overwintering. 1 pound spinach. Antiqua bush bean. Impressive yields of dark green pods on widely adapted plants. Cool. Love it. We grew green beans on the
really thick cattle panel.
No, we did not.
Wait. You're talking bush beans? Or no, pole beans.
Mm-hmm.
We grew it on the the outer perimeter of our chicken fence, yes.
And
at the greenhouse, yeah.
That went super duper well.
Yeah, and I just
it was a few plants. It wasn't a lot at all, so we can just go gangbusters on that.
It took me like 5 minutes, and I just went out and like, oh, I hope these take, and they did.
Green Arrow shell peas, ½ pound, large doubly borne pods, each with 8 to 11 peas. Ideal for freezing with a long harvest window. Teddy wanted to shell peas something fierce last year, so we're gonna do that. Mardi Gras blend of what? Oh, beans. Red, yellow, and green beans make a festive display. Half pound. Tatsoi Asian greens, half pound. We like her. She's fun for greens.
And last one.
Fisher's Earliest Sweet Corn, half pound. So, did you bring all of our seeds from last year up?
I did not. But I did bring. So this is part of our seeds for next year. So I listened to Jack Spirko's podcast, and one of the things that he grew last year was a Trombocino Squash. And so I reached out to our network, and someone had Trombocino Squash, so they sent me some. Trombocino Squash get like this big. Like,
no, put my head as part of it.
Yeah.
Like if my head was over here,
yeah,
then it would be like.
Yeah.
It really is though, because it's like a.
Yeah, it's got
one
like
of those, and then like a big neck on it.
Yeah,
right?
It's got a huge neck. So the nice thing.
It's got a huge neck.
Thanks.
I'm just kidding.
The squash, you can take parts of the neck off, and then it scabs over, so that you can save whatever you don't eat. So I feel very honored that I have this squash, because now I can be in the Trombocino Squash tribe, and it is a select group of people.
Is it?
It is very select.
You can't buy them.
You can't buy them. You can only grow them.
I mean, I don't know if you can't buy them. I've never found them on Baker Creek or High Mowing.
Yeah. So, I paid $25. No. I paid $5 for these seeds, and I gave the girl 15 to include shipping, and then I said, "Woman, whatever." I don't know all these terminologies. So I said, "Hey, go ahead and throw some extra seeds
like
in
you're
there."
Buying from a 13-year-old.
Yeah, no,
I just gave her extra.
Yeah, she's a full-grown woman.
Okay.
So I just said, put in some extra seeds. So this is what she sent: echinacea, German pink tomato, purple top turnip, watermelon, dill. Oh, it's already got dill.
It's okay.
We got plenty of dill. Beans. What else we got? Oh, chard and carrot. So that was fun. Just so if you ever do a seed swap with someone, pay them a little extra more and
see what you get.
Tell them to see what you get. So I thought I'd share that too. Any final words?
Maybe we'll do another video with all of our seeds.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start winter sowing.
Yes. There's some good stuff.
January.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
If you're unfamiliar with that process, it involves planting in like the middle of winter in gallon milk jugs and using them basically as mini greenhouses for things that need cold stratification, which is the freeze thaw cycles in like winter that breaks a very strong seed coat.
Yeah. So
for proper germination.
Think of like a flower like echinacea, the purple cone flowers, that they drop their seed in nature, and how does that seed grow? Well, it's experiencing those freeze and thaws. So cold stratification works very well for most herbs and wildflowers.
And then like snow peas and greens, hardy greens, and what else did we do last year?
Well, it's in
Pea. Oh, I already said peas.
Yeah. And the kale and the snow peas, although doing the cold stratification for snow peas was really nice because then instead of you get a
jump start.
You get a jump start. Yeah, you're planting sprouted peas.
And they were hardy.
They were hardy.
We don't know what the difference would have been to just plant them in spring when we were supposed to versus doing the cold stratification, because everything we grew with the
winter sowing
method was extremely successful.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, we did the cold stratification for kale, and then on a stock tank garden, I just sprinkled some kale seed, and then that came up like a chia pet. It was dense.
Did. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do soil blocking for all the rest of our things that we'll be starting under grow lights, under fluorescent lights. And then we will be selling all of our extras. We're hoping to get a grant for a high tunnel.
Yeah.
We're applying this winter. And so if we get that, then the next year, so not 2022, but 2023, we would be planting in the high tunnel. Mm-hmm. Which is going to change our lives completely compared to having in the old house, we did our old house was 700 square feet on a cement slab, no basement, no crawl space, and a 1-car garage with 1/4 acre of land. So we had no pantry, so I got 3 giant bookshelves from Target and put them all across one wall of our family room, and had it loaded with food and 7-gallon buckets full of bulk foods that we had purchased and stuff. And then I put pretty Target curtains on a rod to cover it up when we didn't need to look at it, because it was very visually overwhelming when you're just sitting macrameing or whatever, everybody does, And so we had that on a whole wall, and then we had 2 wire shelves that are 4 feet wide by 18 inches deep by 6 feet tall. 2 wire shelves, whole wall of pantry, 2 wire shelves here, and then our little TV and a couch. So that was our family room. The lights were on, however long they're supposed to be on for a day. And so it was very much a lifestyle choice at that house, and probably seemed weird to a lot of people. Well, everybody that knows us, or it's only people that know us that would be in our house, and they'd be like, oh, that makes perfect sense that your house is covered in plants and storage food. But so this year it'll be nice because we'll grow in the basement, and still to have the high tunnel will be so cool to go out and do it as part of the chores, and then explain the high tunnel for the winter.
Yeah, so my plan is to put the lane chickens in there for the winter. And then you could build up compost on the sides of it to build up heat.
And deep litter method.
Yeah, and then there's also a technique. You probably don't know this, Ash, but you can bury a pipe under the frost line, under the hoop house, and something about the air going under the soil warms the air up, and then you exhaust it into the greenhouse. So it's almost like a little geothermal action.
Fun.
So that would take a lot of planning beforehand to make sure that's dug with like an excavator, which our neighbor probably has.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, Josh.
So those are the plans for forecasting ahead, but all of these varieties, well, a lot of these varieties of things will have started as seed in the spring and have for sale. I think we'll do like 2 or 3 weekends worth of, or like 3 or 4 day weekends worth of sales in the spring. So look for that. If you're not already signed up for the newsletter, please go and do that. We'll leave the link in the description of wherever you're viewing this. And
I guess one other announcement. I'm for people local, and I can also ship, but I am selling rabbit manure, hoping to offset the cost of our feed by selling some of it. So if you guys need great manure for your gardens, doesn't have to be composted, can be applied directly.
Cold application.
Yep.
Fertilizer called the rose gardener's best friend or something, because it's so such a beautiful balance of nutrients for soil health.
Mm-hmm. So I can ship that. You can pick up local. It's very high quality. I try to keep all of the straw out of it because I don't want you guys to have weed seeds in it and hay in it. So I harvest the manure from our nursery, so they're really.
It's not in the racking house.
Yeah, it's not in the racking house. I can take it right from the trays, and right now I'm taking it every day because those rabbits poop a lot. So yeah. Anything else?
I've got nutrition stuff on the horizon, so join that newsletter to be the first one to know about that. I'm currently in the creation process of doing PDF printables. I am going to be filming grocery store tours and cooking demos in our own kitchen that you could, once you purchase them, you can view them at any time. And I'll also be filming some courses, and the ultimate, most exciting thing for Steady Presence for this winter is I will be creating a 6-week Balanced and Nourished program. It is not specifically for weight loss. I don't do anything in my practice specifically for weight loss. Weight loss is something that happens often. Slow, like maintainable weight loss. But like the name implies, balanced and nourished are our two most important goals. And it's mostly geared toward women, so balancing hormones and really treating your body with respect and like all of the good things that it needs to function optimally. So that program is going to be rolling out, I'm going to say late spring for the first session. So newsletter, hop on that, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We suck at social media. No, I suck at social media. He loves it, and it doesn't stress him out, and he does it often, and he's wonderful, and it adds a layer of stress to my life that I can't tolerate. So we're pairing up so that I can write content in like a Word document, and then Dylan will be the one that posts everything and like responds to comments and stuff like that. So because we all have strengths and weaknesses, and this is a weakness of mine. And actually, I'm gonna do all of my videos without my glasses because this has been the least stressful of all of the things, because I can't see who I am or what I'm doing. So I am just a white blob on the screen, and I love that for me. And I'm not gonna watch it before you post it either. Like, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So that's all I got.
Me too.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody. Until next time.
Bye.